Hi everybody, this is Dan Talks Sense, and today I'll be doing a full review of a fragrance from the house of Afnan. It's called 9pm. Now I've been trying to get my hands on this fragrance for a really long time because according to many in Fragcom, this is a Beastmode clone of Jean Paul Gaultier's Ultramale. So in today's review, I'm going to tell you how close it gets to Ultramale, if it really is that beast projector like people are making it out to be, and how it compares to another clone that I've got in my collection, Zara's Gourmand Leather. So if you want to know more about these two fragrances, then please stay tuned. Welcome back. Now to all my subscribers that I currently have, I just want to apologise that I haven't dropped any content for a while, and to any of you dropping into my channel for the first time, if you enjoy what you see today, then I kindly ask that you hit that subscribe button down below, as there'll be more content like this coming up. So getting back onto this review, I've been wanting to get my hands on Afnan 9pm for a long time, but I've had real issues in trying to get this ordered over to the UK, and there's been things like companies have said because of Brexit there's extra fees in sending bottles over to the UK and different things, and just real trouble. I've been trying to get this for a long time off eBay and different sites, and just not in stock or not being able to send it over, but I finally got it in my hands today, and I am excited because I like Ultramale. When Ultramale first came out, I think it was around 2016, 2017, I used to really enjoy it. I used to put it on when I used to go on nights out, and one of my most complimented fragrances in my collection. But then, as many people cottoned on to, Ultramale had a reformulation and they sort of reined in the performance and projection. So ever since then I was looking for an alternative, and one that I had in my collection for a number of years now is Gourmand Leather by Zara. Now Zara have brought out a newer version of this which I don't think performs quite as well as the original bottle that they brought out in this brown packaging. Okay, but we'll talk about this later on in the review and tell you what I think of this and how it compares to this one. Going back to 9pm, that's why you've logged into this video today. I'm just going to tell you what it smells like on initial spray. I'm going to spray it on my wrists and on my neck, and then I'm going to head out to the shops and see how it performs and projects. Now the weather in the UK today is about 12 degrees, but it's been really muggy this weekend, just horrible weather, can't really do much. But on more positive news, we've been told that on Monday we'll be able to go back inside restaurants and pubs and stuff. So people start to get to a situation where people can start smelling our fragrances again. In June it looks like we may be removing the masks as well, which is a possibility. So quite positive, exciting times for us in the UK, and I just hope all of you around the world are, you're okay, your family are okay and everything else. But going back onto this, let's give you my first impressions of this fragrance. So when you first spray it on, I've got to admit that it sort of gives off more of an apple vibe when I spray it on, but I'll spray it on behind the ears. We're not messing around here with sprays, and I'll spray my top as well. I always get bantered on my top. People call me the milk tray man where I work. Yeah. First spray, guys, really nice. I'd say more apple than pear, but really nice on the opening. But I want to see how it performs and projects, because this one for me is a really good performer and projector. And if this after 9pm doesn't perform and project as well as Gourmand Leather, then it is what it is. But I'm hoping that it really does come out of itself as it progresses on the skin. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do a close-up of the presentation of 9pm. Then I'm going to head out to the shops, do a bit of a diary, and tell you how it's performing and projecting off my skin, and then make a conclusion at the end when it develops and how close it actually gets to Ultramale. So if that kind of content still interests you, then stay with me and I'll give you an update. So guys, when we look at the presentation, really basic with that 9pm on there, but you can see me in the reflection there recording. Really heavy bottle actually. I like it, it's quite nice. I like the bottle lid, the little round lid on the top. So guys, we're here in the UK, muggy weather. This is our weather in May, just to give you an idea. So when we do our spring lists and you're wondering why we're getting our gourmand fragrances in there, it's pretty chilly today and muggy. We're getting back onto this. The performance and projection of Afnan 9pm is really good. I'm picking up some orange, bit of apple in there. You're getting the tonka coming through now. So I would say it's got a bit of a more of a gourmand twist on Ultramale, but the DNA is definitely recognisable. It's definitely a clone of Ultramale, and I'm enjoying wearing it so far. Really solid performance and projection. So far so good, but when I get back in the house I'll give you a conclusion on my final thoughts on the fragrance. Okay guys, we're just going to do a conclusion on this one in terms of performance, projection, how close it gets to Ultramale. So first of all, performance. Performance wise, I put this on at 9 o'clock this morning and it's now 1 o'clock and I can still smell it. So performance is really good, above average. So no faults there with performance. Projection wise, for the first couple of hours it was really good scent bubble, and I was walking to the shops and I could smell this in the air, so really good in terms of that sort of scent bubble around you, and people will notice you in the room and stuff, and it will leave a nice scent trail. So really good, really impressed with performance and projection of 9pm. With the scent itself, I actually think that it gets slightly closer than Gourmand Leather to Ultramale. The reason for that is that this is more consistent and it gets closer to the Ultramale DNA because it's got that fruity vibe at the top, a little touch of lavender there in the base, and it just comes across as more consistent throughout the time of wearing the fragrance. Whereas with Gourmand Leather, I've got to say that I think this is a better scent. And the reason I think this is a better scent is because it's more interesting, because with Gourmand Leather you have a touch of iris and you have a tiny touch of leather which come into it. So I just feel that Gourmand Leather, for me in my experience, is more interesting when I wear it, and it's also got outstanding performance and projection off my skin. This original one, its original brown packaging. But if you wanted something that is more consistent and closer to Ultramale throughout the time of wearing the fragrance, you'd be going for 9pm because it stays pretty much the same. Both really good performers and projectors, but this is slightly closer, but for me more interesting. Okay. In terms of price, I managed to pick this up for around £35 in the UK off eBay, but for people around the world you're probably getting it a little bit lower if you're on the other side of the world, so probably about £30 maybe, and for that it's a solid purchase because Ultramale, modern batches of Ultramale are quite weak, and they're getting harder to find now, Ultramale anyway. I don't know whether it's been discontinued, but they're getting more difficult to find when I'm going into different shops in the UK. I don't really see it that often now, Ultramale, and they're pushing the Le Parfum and other versions in the line. So if you can pick this up, without doubt, I definitely would, because this would be perfect for clubbing. It might even be all right for a date night scent, because it will get you compliments, and really good, above average in terms of performance and projection. It definitely gets that character of Ultramale through the duration of wearing the fragrance. So I'd say well done to Afnan for a solid release. They've really nailed it actually. At the start I wasn't too sure. I was like, this is more of an apple vibe, and somebody had said that it's more closer to Paco Rabanne. Is it Excess, or one of the ones that Paco Rabanne did, and said it wasn't as close to Ultramale as they thought, but for me it definitely is an Ultramale clone, and well done Afnan. So if you enjoyed that content, you want me to drop more content like this, then as I say, could you hit that subscribe button down below? If you're kind enough to do that, that'd be great. Even if you give me a dislike, it's still interaction. But I just want to thank you all for taking the time to watch my review of this fragrance today. I do appreciate it. And I hope you're all okay wherever you're watching this from around the world. You're safe, and hopefully we can get out of this horrible, horrible pandemic and we can start enjoying our fragrances amongst people again in social environments. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, and I'll speak to you all very soon.